The evening sun was melting behind the far western hills when I found her, half conscious. Her face bruised, her dress torn, lying by the muddy edge of the San Pedro River. I still remember the sound of that water, gentle and restless, gliding through rocks, as if whispering secrets only the wild understood. My name's Eli Carter, a ranch hand, just another lonely man working the dry lands of Arizona, where the wind talks louder than people. I'd been out, tracking a stray mare that broke. Loose the night before when I saw her, an Apache woman, maybe 20, her skin the color of desert sand, her long black hair tangled with dust. Her eyes flickered open as I stepped closer, and for a moment I swear the world stopped moving. She looked terrified. I didn't know if she thought I was friend or foe, but I knelt beside her anyway. "Easy now. You're safe," I said softly. She tried to move, winced in pain, and whispered something in Apache I couldn't understand. I could see blood dried on her arm, and a long gash on her shoulder that looked fresh. I took off my hat, dipped it in the river, and poured cool water over her face. Slowly, her breathing steadied. She looked at me then, really looked. Eyes like amber fire, filled with both fear and strength. For a heartbeat, I saw the whole story of a soul that had known too much pain. I didn't think twice. I lifted her gently onto my horse and rode back to my small cabin near the canyon ridge. The trail was silent, except for the hooves striking, dry soil and the faraway cry of coyotes waking up. She didn't speak a word, but I could feel her trust slowly building, or maybe she had no choice but to trust. Inside the cabin, I laid her on my old cot and lit the oil lamp. The flickering light danced across her face, showing scars that told of more than one battle, not just physical, but something deeper. As I cleaned her wound, she bit her lip hard, refusing to cry out. That kind of strength, I'd seen it only in warriors. I asked her name. She hesitated, then whispered, "Ayana." It meant eternal blossom. I'd heard that name before, long ago from an old Apache trader. I told her mine, and for the first time, I saw her lips curve slightly, not a smile, just a sign that maybe she didn't think I was her enemy anymore. Night fell heavy over the plains. The fire crackled softly, while Ayana lay wrapped in a blanket, half asleep, half dreaming. I sat by the fire, watching her, wondering who she was running from, or what had happened to her people. The Apaches were proud and fierce, but times had been cruel to them. Many had been pushed from their land, hunted, starved, broken. Maybe she had lost her family, her home. I wanted to ask, but I couldn't bring myself to. Sometimes silence speaks truer than words. Around midnight, I dozed off in the chair beside her. When I woke, the cabin was quiet, except for the wind pressing softly against the wooden walls. The fire had burned low, painting her face in soft red. Glow. She was awake and watching me. There was something in her eyes, something I couldn't name. Gratitude, maybe, or sadness so deep it could drown the world. Then she did something I didn't expect. She got up slowly, walked to where I sat, and placed her hand over my heart. No words, no fear, just that gentle touch, warm and trembling. I froze. I thought, no white man had a heart anymore, she whispered, her voice trembling but filled with a quiet grace. Her words hit me like thunder. I didn't know what to say. All I could think was how this woman, hurt and hunted, could still find gentleness in the middle of pain. I wanted to tell her that not all men were cruel, that not all hearts were cold, but my voice failed me. She stepped back then, her eyes glistening in the dim light. "You saved me. That means you carry spirit," she said softly. The next morning, when the first light spilled through the window, I found her outside, standing barefoot on the dewy grass, facing the sunrise. Her long hair shimmered like black silk in the light, and for the first time since I found her, she looked alive, like the earth itself had claimed her back. She turned when she heard me and said quietly, "You helped me live again." There was something about the way she said it, like she wasn't just talking about her wounds, but something deeper, something broken inside her soul. I didn't know it then, but that day marked the beginning of a story I'd never forget, a story that would test my heart, my beliefs and the meaning of compassion. Ayana wasn't just a stranger I'd rescued. She was the storm that would change everything I thought I knew about life. love and forgiveness.